Even the greatest heroes must die. All legends must come to an end. So tonight I would like to tell you all the story of the final song of the Thief Prince. Now, after the Thief Prince's adventure with death and how he saved his wife, the Thief Prince was given an extra 30 years of life as a sign of good faith from the council. But even his story would eventually have to come to an end. So, the Thief Prince was sitting on the porch one day, when he saw a shadow darting across the yard. And he got up and he walked over, and he realized that it was the Grim Reaper, and it was standing there, and it was smoking a pipe. And the Thief Prince walked up and he said, "Is it time?" And the Grim Reaper, he bowed his head. And so the Thief Prince ran and he got his wife and his children. Now, the wife refused to leave the Thief Prince, because she could not bear to live in a world without him. So the Thief Prince agreed to take her with him. And the Thief Prince and the Grim Reaper and his children began walking down the road. And the Grim Reaper, he turned towards the Thief Prince. "I suppose that I could give you an extra couple of years, if you so desired." And the Thief Prince said, "No, no, no. I think that it is indeed my time to go, and I would like my children to have a chance at life as well." And the Grim Reaper seemed to understand, and he nodded his head. Well, anyways, they walked down the road for a couple of miles, and finally they arrived at a house. And there sat Red Fox, and he was out in the yard playing with his children. And when he saw the Thief Prince, he stood up and he said, Thief Prince, where are you going?" And the Thief Prince said, "I am going to my grave, Red Fox." And Red Fox, he was greatly grieved by this, but the Thief Prince told him that it really was his time to go, and that he had to leave this world. And so Red Fox said, "Well, at the very least, can I accompany you? At least as far as I'm able to go." And the Thief Prince, he thought about this, and then he said, "Well, you know, I would like a friend to accompany me in these final hours. And you know what also? It would be nice to have a good song in my heart before I go. Would you play me something, Red Fox?" And Red Fox, he pulled out his flute, and he complied. He began to play a song. And the whole party danced all the way down the road, until eventually they arrived at the coven, the den of thieves. And all the thieves walking on the street stopped, and they looked at the Thief Prince, and they said, Thief Prince, where are you going?" And the Thief Prince told them, "I'm walking towards my grave." And the people, they all agreed to accompany Thief Prince during these final moments. Well, they continued to walk until finally they arrived at a big hill, and there was a little church beside it. And the Thief Prince and his wife walked into the graveyard, and they saw a gravestone there with their names etched on it. And the Thief Prince, he turned to them all, and he said his final goodbyes. He got his affairs into order. And finally he turned to his son, and he said to him, "My son, I am about to leave this world, but I would like my legend to live on." And so he pulled off his mask and he handed it to his son. "You must give these people something to believe in. Keep the legend of the Thief Prince alive. I want you to be their watcher. Look after them." And his son, he nodded his head. And the Thief Prince, he turned towards the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper said, "I am somewhat surprised. You do not seem to be afraid." And the Thief Prince, he looked bravely into the face of death, and he said, Grim Reaper, I have never been afraid of anything in my entire life. I am not afraid of you." And the Grim Reaper, he bowed his head again, as if remembering the past that they had together. And then the Thief Prince said something else. "Grim Reaper, what is the next world like?" And the Grim Reaper, he said, "I'm afraid that I do not know, but from what I have heard, there is something very beautiful to this universe, a great truth that underlies all things, that is the building blocks of reality. I believe it is this great truth that you are going to be united with. And the thief prince said, Then I shall let the beauty of the truth shine in my heart. And the thief prince took the Grim Reaper's hand, and they were about to walk into the grave when something rather unexpected happened. The thief prince suddenly spoke up, and the words so surprised the Grim Reaper that the Grim Reaper remembers it to this very day. Do not think this is just about me, Grim Reaper. This is also about you. And the Grim Reaper turned to him. What do you mean? You are but a mere mortal. What is it that you could teach me? And the thief prince said, You must listen to me, and you must listen very carefully, Grim Reaper. There will come a time when this world will end, and all these people will die. And once they are all dead, the Grim Reaper shall cease to exist too. You must do your best to be united with this great truth. Do not go to the path of Nomad. You will want to become a beast, Death, but you must not become a beast. You must let the light shine in your heart. If you do not do this, Grim Reaper, you will reach a fate worse than any that any human being here has ever experienced. You will have a fate worse than even non-existence. Please, Grim Reaper, you must listen to my words. Beware. Beware of the demons scratching at the door. And the Grim Reaper, he looked at the thief prince. I do not need to listen to a mere mortal, said the Grim Reaper. And I will not listen to your words, thief prince. Yes, said the thief prince. I was rather afraid you said that, but I think that I knew that you would. Very well, it's another story. Let us go. And the thief prince took the Grim Reaper's hand, and they were about to walk into the grave when suddenly they heard a loud shout. The king is dead! The king is dead! Said a man, and the thief prince turned around. Well, how about that? Said the thief prince. I always knew the two of you were united, but I didn't think we were going to walk into the grave at the same time. And, the thief prince just shook his head. I suppose our destinies were too intertwined. One of us couldn't leave the world without the other. And the thief prince, he took the death's hand again, and they both walked into the grave, and into the next world. I suppose that, after this, it was a bit of beauty came out of it. It is said that a bunch of roses grew on that hill, and the roses are still there to this day, and actually that hill is known in those parts as Rose Hill. Anyways, it got me thinking that, in the end, all that happens, all that really happens, is that things are, and then they just sort of fade away. In the end, we will all have our last song. So, until that time, as always, sweet dreams and good night.